मैंने बोला था उसको वही कहा शीतल गया था बोला पता नहीं था ऐसे किया था, लेकिन आप लोग गए थे तो आई नहीं गए थे और दूसरा भी पता नहीं, वो तो मेरे को पता नहीं। अब हॉस्पिटल में एडमिशन करनी हुआ आई शिफ्ट को लेकर के गया
राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा गोपी जन बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन बल्लभ गोपी जन बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन बल्लभ यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदा यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानन्दन यमुना तीरा वनचारि यमुना तीरा यमुना तीरा वनचारि यमुना तीरा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा जय जय राधा माधव हरि राधा माधव हरि राधे जय राधा माधव हरि जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद राधा माधव हरि की जय प्रभुपाद की जय भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वदेशो नित्यं भागवते सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोकी भक्ति होती नस्ति कृष्ण सदा चरते धर्म ज्ञान दिविसा फलो न श्री चामीसा पुराणार्कोदनोदित। Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, verse 53. सर्ववेदमयेनेदं आत्मानात्मात्मयोनिना
आत्मानात्मात्मयोनिना
प्रजासृजा यथा पूर्वम्
तदाश्रितयथा पूर्वं
यश्च मय्यनुसेरते सर्ववेदमयेनेदम्
सर्वैरामयेन
आत्मानात्मात्मयोनिना
आत्मानात्मा
प्रजासृजा यथा पूर्वम्
तदाश्रितयथा पूर्वं
यश्च मय्यनुसेरते
यतमय्यानि
सर्ववेदमयेनेदम्
सर्ववेदामयेन
आत्मानात्मात्मयोनिना
आत्मानात्मात्मयोनिना
प्रजासृजा यथा पूर्वम्
तदाश्रितयथा पूर्वं
यश्च मय्यनुसेरते
यथा देवनिसेवते सर्ववेदामयेनेदम्
सर्ववेदमयेनेदम्
आत्मानात्मात्मयोनिना
आत्मानात्मात्मयोनिना
तदाश्रितयथा पूर्वं
प्रजासृजा यथा पूर्वम्
यत्समय्यानिसेरते
यश्च मय्यनुसेरते सर्ववेदमयेनेदम् आत्मनात्मात्मयोनिना प्रजासृजा यथा पूर्वम् यश्च मय्यनुसेरते सर्ववेदमयेनेदम् आत्मनात्मात्मयोनिना प्रजासृजा यथा पूर्वम् यश्च मय्यनुसेरते. Word by word and translation by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sarva, all, Vedamayena,
वेदमयेन
under complete Vedic wisdom. Idam, this, Atmana, by the body. Atma, you. Atma Yonina, directly born of the Lord. Praja, living entities. Srija, generate. Yatha Purvam, as it was herein before. Ya, which. Sa, also. Mai, in me. Anuserate, life. Translation. By following my instructions, you can now generate the living entities as before. By dint of your complete Vedic wisdom and the body you have directly received from me, the supreme cause of everything. By following my instructions, you can now generate the living entities as before. By dint of your complete Vedic wisdom and the body you have directly received from me, the supreme cause of everything. The Supreme Lord is telling Brahma after the prayers, and when Brahmaji kind of stopped, that time the Lord spoke in his heart. We are reaching to the almost beginning of this chapter. So here he gives the instructions like how if you follow my instructions, then you can generate the living entities just like before. So this also shows that he has generated the living entities much earlier before in his life, in his previous kalpa. So it says generate living entities now just like you did before. So from this also we can see At the end of the Brahma's day, there is a pralaya, and then that time Brahma also goes inside the body of Supreme Lord. And when the Lord starts to create the world again, then Brahma again is born from the lotus of the mm, lotus that was started from the Lord's navel. So here he says, just like you did before, you generate the living entities again. And also because of your complete knowledge and Vedic wisdom, Brahmaji is fully conversant with the Vedic knowledge. He knows everything, all sorts of knowledge, how it works and what it is. From the prayers also we can see his prayers are very deep in meaning. They contain the essence of the Vedic knowledge. So that's why the Lord is saying by dint of your complete Vedic wisdom, that you know the entire Vedic knowledge. With this wisdom, you can generate the living entities, and also the body you have received from me directly. So the Brahma's body did not came from the father and mother, but it came from the navel of the Lord. The lotus was produced, and within the lotus on top, Brahmaji was born. He just appeared on top of the lotus. And when he was looking in the all direction, he got four heads in terms of four directions. So this body was directly received from the Lord. That's why it's called Aja, means unborn. But his body is born, but from the Lord. That's why sometimes people say, Son of God. You know, usually Son of God is considered like Jesus Christ, but really, if you look into the deeper level, Son of God is Brahma, because Brahma is born from uh, directly from the navel of the Lord. So when Jesus said, I am Son of God, then he may be telling that he is some sort of incarnation from Brahma to give knowledge to the people. But anyway, the Lord Brahma received his body directly from the Lord, and that's why he's born from me directly, he said. And then the Lord is the cause of everything. ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादि गोविंद सर्व कारण 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 means cause causes of all causes. So same thing here, the Lord says, I am the supreme cause of everything. He is the cause of all causes and the supreme cause of everything that exists. So let's read this second verse and finish this chapter today. Maitreyo uvacha तस्मा एवं जगत्सृष्टे प्रधानपुरुषेश्वर व्यज्येदं स्वेन रूपेण कञ्जनावस्तिरो दधे. The sage Maitreya said, after instructing Brahma, the creator of the universe, to expand the primeval Lord, to expand the primeval Lord, the personality of God in his personal form, as Narayana disappeared. So after all the instruction is given to Brahma, which is the creator of the universe. Brahma creates the universe. He first divides the universe into three, Swarga, Martya and Patal. We are living in the Martya Mandal. Swarga is higher planet where people live for 10,000 celestial years or something. And then Patal is where the celestial snakes and other living entities live. Those are Patalas, seven Patalas, and seven Earth. Seven Earth is uh, this is close to the the Meru mountain, and there are various bursas are there, Adana Bursa, Kimpuras Bursa, and many other bursas, and there are 7 oceans, and then there are 7 tracts of land. So these are 7 earth, and then 7 heaven also is staged on top of. So this way, uh, the entire lotus is divided into many total 14 different planetary systems. Atal, Pital, Pital, and Upper Janalok, Mahalok, Pitalok, uh, and then Surgalok. These various planets exist. So this is how he divided the entire universe into 14 planets and various divisions of various human beings and many other living entities inhabit these various tracts of land. And we are living in the Bharat Varsha, Bharat Khanda. In the Bharat Varsha, we live in the Bharat Khanda. This our Earth planet is called Bharat Khanda. Before this, America, Europe, and many other tracts of land were not very important because everything in this part of the land was more like the forest and others. And civilized people don't live in this area. Civilized people live in India mostly. So that's why this whole planet was named after India, Bharat Varsha. But now, when we talk about Bharat Varsha, people mainly tend to think it is only India, but Bharat Varsha means entire Earth planet. But because the important part of the land was in India where the Ganges flows, and it was ruled by the main emperor of India, that's why this whole planet was named Bharat Varsha. So Brahma is the uh, creator of the universe. To expand. Now what is his work? To expand. The, so he says to expand the universe. Uh, living entities, when living entities come in existence, then this way everything start to expand. Just like men and women there, they expand to their children. So this way, to expand the universe, Brahma is the main creator. After instructing Brahma, the creator of the universe, to expand, the Lord wants Brahma to expand. Then the Lord, the personality of Godhead in his personal form is Narayana, disappears. So here the word says Narayana. So Narayana is the Lord Vishnu, who has 4 hands, and then the Lord of the universe. He is personality of Godhead. Godhead means head of all the gods. So Godhead is usually Vishnu and Krishna. So Narayana is also one of the Vishnu forms. So that supreme personality of Godhead who is Lord of the universe disappeared. So when Lord wants to reveal somebody, he appeared. Just like Dhruva Maharaj was doing penances and austerities in Vrindavan, then Lord appeared in front of him. And he instructed how he should go back to house and run the kingdom, and run nicely, live 80,000 years in the earth planet, and this way after you run the universe for 80,000 years, then you come to my abode. You will come back to my abode. That's how he instructed. Same way, many others like Daksha Prajapati and many others, the Lord directly appeared in front of them to instruct. So this way, when Maharaj Nabi was uh, performing his yajna in 11th canto, uh, Nimi, Maharaj Nimi was performing sacrifices. The Lord directly appeared, and then he instructed him to perform the sacrifice, and later on he instructed him how he's going to appear as Lord Rishabdev. So this is how Lord appears directly, and then he instructs the pure devotees what to do, how to run the universe, because to run the universe needs a great person, and only a great devotee of the Lord can run it perfectly. All others cannot run it so perfectly. So that's why he instructs, and his instructions are the life and soul of all devotees of the Lord. Whatever instruction the Lord gives, Sri Bhagavanu Vacha, the Lord, the Supreme Lord said. Bhagavanu Vacha means the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Godhead is what is called Bhagavan. Really, there is no real translation of the Bhagavan word. Bhagavan word comes from Bhagavan, one who possesses six opulences in full, all riches, all fame, all beauty, all renunciation and strength, beauty, renunciation, and wisdom, knowledge. So this sort of six opulences one who possesses is called the Bhagavan. So that's why the Lord is always addressed. It is not addressed Sri Narayan Vata or Sri Krishna Vata. Wherever the Lord has to speak, it says Sri Bhagavanu Vata, the personality of Godhead. There, this is how it's addressed. Whereas other people like Brahma, Sri Brahmo Vata, or Sri Sankaro Vata, uh, or Indro Vata, this sort of their names are pronounced. As for the Supreme Lord Krishna or Vishnu, everywhere it says Sri Bhagavanu Vata, the personality of Godhead said, because he is the possessor of all opulences. That's why he is called Bhagavan, the possessor of six opulences unlimitedly. So here, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, uh, Lord Narayana, disappeared from this place. The Lord does not have to walk away, but he can just disappear or appear. So after instructing everything, the Lord disappears. Such a spiritual body Lord has. It's very hard to imagine how someone can appear and then gives instruction and the person is standing there, then he disappears from the place. So that's kind of different from what we usually experience in our life. It's just like TV. The main character appears and all of a sudden they disappear. So that's how Lord appears and gives instructions and at the end he disappears. With the purport. Before his activity in creating the universe, Brahma saw the Lord. So this is long before he started to expand the universe. That is the explanation of this Chatusloki Bhagavatam. So there is Chatusloki Bhagavatam. Uh, the four verses of the Bhagavatam, Chatusloki Bhagavatam is in second canto. There's Brahma in front of Brahma, the Lord instructs. After hundreds of 100,000 years of penances, many hundred years of penances, Lord appears and then he gives the Srimad Bhagavatam to Brahma. And before this, the Lord, uh, before Brahma created the universe, the Lord gives instructions. Sri Radha Madhava Hari ki jai, Srinath Gopal ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai. Before Brahma created anything, he saw the Lord. But from the verses, original verses, we can understand that this is not the first time Brahma is born. Brahma has done this work before also. Verses very clearly explain that Brahma actually had he had created universe long before many other kalpas. So this is one time Brahma again was born and he he, he received instructions from the Lord before he created anything. So that is the explanation of the Chatusloki Bhagavatam. When the creation awaited Brahma's activity, Brahma saw the Lord, and therefore the Lord existed in his personal form before the creation. So the universe was waiting for the Brahma to create. But at the beginning he could not, he was little bit bewildered and he was started to investigate the lotus. But after he concentrated his mind and soul into the personal form of the Lord, then everything was revealed to him. He is not bewildered anymore. But at the first hand he was investigating the lotus and tried to find out where the lotus came from. He even entered the stem of the lotus, but even when he reached to the bottom of the stem, he could not find any, he could not trace out the root. So he came back and then he meditated on the Lord. And after meditating for a long time, finally the Lord revealed himself to Brahma. So uh, all this time the creation was waiting for Brahma's activity. The universe wants Brahma to create and expand the universe, universal living entities. So it waited for Brahma. Brahma saw the Lord, and before he started to create anything, he saw the Lord, and therefore the Lord existed in his personal form before the creation. So before creation took place, the Lord existed in his personal form. The Lord is always existing, but sometimes he doesn't reveal it to anybody, but sometimes he reveals. But anyway, this spiritual form that was revealed to Brahma was existing before any creation took place. At when the dissolution takes place, the Lord lies down in the Garbhodaka ocean, and then everything was merged inside his body. It all squeezes and all the expanded universe merged. They transform from one form to another. Earth transforms to water, water transforms to air, air transforms into sky, sky transforms into mm, Mahatattva, and Mahatattva transforms into Pradhana. This way, various living and various elements of the universe from one to another, and eventually, when it becomes Pradhana, it enters the Lord's body, and it stays there for a long time until next creation takes place. So this entire universe was within the Lord's body, but when Lord was meditating, then from the navel that whole universe sprouted as a lotus. So that's where Brahma took birth. So uh, in any case, the Lord's eternal form, spiritual body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu was there before the creation took place, means before living anything. His eternal form is not created by the attempt of Brahma, as imagined by less intelligent men. So sometimes people say, who created God? You know, people, when we say God created the world, and then people always tend to ask, who created God? How does the God came into existence? But there is no such question because God is not created. Brahma did not create a God. Many people think, people just believe there is a God, that's why this, because of so many people believing there is a God. That's how many people tend to think. But it's not like that. Just because people believe there is a God. Whether people believe or not believe, the eternal truth remains, and that eternal truth is Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, Supreme Lord Brahma, Supreme Lord Vishnu. So, to think that Lord is created by Brahma is not very intelligent. If we think that Brahma created Supreme Lord, then we are less intelligent. People don't. think of Brahma created the Supreme Lord, people usually think that because people, most lot of people believe it, that's why God is there. If nobody believes it, then there is no God. That's how people think, but it is not true. At the end of Kali Yuga, nobody believes in God. Everybody is believing in mechanical arrangement, and everybody is like at that time at the end of the Kali Yuga, everybody is like ghosts, like creators, and they will be very small. They will live for 6 or 8 years maximum duration of life. Cows will be like a goat, so everything will become reduced in their sizes, and there is no food and scarcity of food. All the kings are like thieves. So that time nobody believe in God. But at that time also Lord comes, and he comes in as Kalki and sword in hand and riding in the white horse. He travels around the world killing these uh, bad kings who pose themselves as king, but they are all thieves. And then he again establishes the eternal religion. So whether you believe or you not believe, the God is there. His existence does not cease just because people don't believe. Because eternal reality never finishes. Eternal reality always exists. So that's why to think that people created God and if nobody believes there is no God is not true. Whether a person believe or not believe, some eternal truth remains, and that truth will always show itself in reality. So if person thinks that Brahma created the Lord, then that person is less intelligent. He has no enough intelligence. The personality of God appeared as he is before Brahma, and he disappeared from him in the same form, which is not materially seen. So how did he appear? Personality of God appeared just like he was there before. He is before Brahma, as he is before Brahma, and he, he just the actual form of the Lord appeared before Brahma, the original personality of Godhead, and he also disappeared from him in the same form, which is not materially seen. The Lord's spiritual body is not seen from any material thing. Ajopi Sannavayatma Bhutanami Swaropi. His spiritual body is spiritual, it is other, it, it's beginningless. So that form appeared in front of Brahma, uh, and he instructed the Brahma, and after the instruction of Brahma, he also disappeared just as he was standing. So in the same form he appeared, in the same form he instruct, and in the same form he disappeared. And that form is not seen by material element. It's completely spiritual. Many people try to think that God has body like ours, but God does not have a body like ours. God has a spiritual body that can appear and then also can disappear. It's made of Sat, Chit, Ananda. It's full of eternity, full of bliss, and full of knowledge. We have no experience how it looks like. Sometimes we have little experience like when we have a lot of love for the Lord and then we are very jubilant, our work is going good. So that time we feel a little bit of bliss. So that sort of bliss, but it's full and it's not untouched by three modes. It's Visuddha Sattvam, Savadhama Santam. The Lord's body is uh, made of Visuddha Sattva, the pure goodness. It's made of pure goodness. Tapomayam Dostarajas Samastam. It's full of austerity also and no thoughts of rajas and tamas. It is made of pure goodness. Maya Mayoyam Guna Sampravaho, and Maya Maya, this three modes, the mighty flow of three modes that bewildered everybody. It doesn't touch the Supreme Lord. I am Gurasam Prabhav, Napichate Grahananda. In your body there is no thought of remote, you are in pure goodness. Indra they praise like this in the 10th canto. So that is the body of the Lord, full of goodness and pure goodness, and then it is spiritual, it is not experienced by any living entity in this world. So such a form the Lord appeared and he also disappeared from the eyes of Brahma. Thus in the Bhaktivedanta purport of the third canto, ninth chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Brahma's prayers for creative energy. Let's repeat the verse again. By following my instructions, you can now generate the living entities as before. Following the instructions is also one of the things that we forgot to discuss. We have instructions given by spiritual masters. If we follow the instructions given by spiritual masters, then our work is complete. If we work with our own whims, then things are not things will not work properly. So here the Lord gave instructions and he said, if you follow my instructions, then you can generate living entities. If Brahma doesn't follow the Supreme Lord, then there is no creating of any population. Because if you don't follow the proper instructions, then you cannot do the work the way it's supposed to be. The Lord always comes and instructs the living entities, just like He instructed Prahlad Maharaj, He instructed Janak Maharaj, He instructed the Dhruva Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj, and many other devotees of great exalted devotees of the Lord. So when He gives the instructions, then these instructions are to be followed strictly. Same way, if the spiritual master is giving us instructions how to live in this world, if we neglect, then there is no success in life. Because success of life depends on how much strictly you follow the Varnashram system. And that's what the actual progress of life is. So, system of Varnashram that is created by the Lord, if we follow it according to the scriptural rules and regulations, then then there is a success in life. There is all knowledge, and then if we work with the actual knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, then there can be some progress in life, and other people also get instructions from this. By following my instructions, you can now generate the living entities as before. So right here, this verse very clearly explains that Brahma has created the world before also and managed the world before. By dint of your complete Vedic wisdom and the body you have directly received from me, the supreme cause of everything. Lord is the supreme cause of everything. And also the body that Brahma has received from the Lord, and Brahma is full of Vedic wisdom. Brahma knows everything, all the Vedic knowledge, all the Vedas, Puranas, Dharma Shastras, everything Vedic wisdom is very vast. You know, 18 Puranas are there. We are just reading Srimad Bhagavatam, the final Purana, which is focused on Supreme Lord. But there are other 17 other Puranas just as big as this. And then Mahabharata has 100,000 verses. Puranas have 18,000, 20,000, 30,000 verses. Matsya Puran, Kurma Puran, Paraha Puran, then uh, Markandeya Puran, like these various Puranas are there, and four Vedas and many Upavedas and Upanishads, 108 Upanishads, and then many other Upavedas. Like this Vedic knowledge is unlimited. There is no limit. That's why many people say, Indian people doesn't have one scripture. They have thousands of books, they say, and they have thousands of gods. And yes, we do have many thousands of gods, but we know that ultimate God is one. And then Vedas explain many other various gods to worship. Indra, Chandra, Surya, Brihaspati, these various gods and gods are explained in Vedas, Agni. So But then, if we get into a deeper level of understanding, the God is always one. So Vedic wisdom has unlimited knowledge. You can never finish reading Vedic knowledge. It is so expanding so much. But we living entities in Kali Yuga have very little time. The time is very limited. We can't even live 100 years nowadays. You know. So in such a small time, we have to just get the essence of the knowledge. If we get the essence of the knowledge, then our life will be perfect. So essence of the knowledge is Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So if we know Srimad Bhagavatam very detailed and we know Bhagavad Gita in detail, then that much is enough. But if we have desire to read, then yes, there are so many Puranas that has good explanations of the universe and many other creations and many other various stories, how those came expanded, how Barahadev expanded, what is his instructions. Every Purana have particular deity. So if we read this, there are so much detail. But no matter how much we read, we come to a conclusion of same Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of entire Vedic knowledge. Sarva Vedanta Saram Hi. So this one is the essence of entire Vedic knowledge. That's why Vyasadeva gave these instructions to Swami. After he compiled the Vedas, Mahabharata, and everything, he was not fully satisfied in his heart. Narad Rishi appeared, and Narad Rishi appeared and tell him he should compile Srimad Bhagavatam. Then only after you glorify the Supreme Lord's activities and prayers, then only your heart will be fulfilled. So from then Vyasadeva finally compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam, and after he finally gave it to his own son, Sukadeva Goswami. And after Sukadeva Goswami received it, he gave it to Parikshit Maharaj, that is Charan. So this way Srimad Bhagavatam come into existence, and this Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of entire Vedic knowledge. But if we want to know how many books are there, it's unlimited. The Vedic knowledge is the unlimited number of books. Even the books that are written by devotees are so many nowadays that we cannot read all of the books. So these books have the unlimited amount of instructions, and one should understand what the instructions are in daily life. Various situation arises, whether one should do that particular action or one should not do that particular action. Have to go through the scripture to see whether this particular action is recommended in the scripture or not. So if we go to Tasmat Shastra Pramanam Te Kare Kare Vyavastito Yasva Shastra Vidanam Sa Karma Kartu Niharati. The Lord says one should see in the scripture whether the particular action is actually recommended or not recommended. Shastra Praman that we need. And in the if we take shelter of the Shastra Praman and work on the recommended thing, then there will be no misery in life. Through the scriptures and start our work without looking into scriptural direction, then that work may not be successful, it may not bring happiness. That's the thing. We may do certain work, but then it does not bring a full satisfaction of the heart. Why it happens? Because it is not exactly according to the scriptural rules and regulations. So that's why everything that we want to do, first look in the scriptures to see whether this action is recommended, whether this action is according to the scriptural rules and regulations or no. If we do that, then we are properly following the Vedic knowledge, Vedic wisdom. By dint of your complete Vedic wisdom and the body you have directly received from me, the supreme cause of everything. Thus says Maitreya said after instructing Brahma, the creator of the universe, to expand, the primeval Lord, the personality of Godhead in his personal form as Narayana disappeared. Lord Narayana, Nara means human like form, Ayana means Narayana is one who sleeps in the water. The Lord sleeps in the water, that's why his name is Narayana. And then we have stories about this particular word Narayana in bhagavatam, how Ajamila at the end of his life he pronounced the word Narayana, and that word relieved him from unlimited cycle of birth and death. So that's where name of the Lord is very properly mentioned, that if you simply chant the name of the Lord when you are about to leave the body, then that person never takes birth again, ever again. Ajamila was in his deathbed. He was just about to leave this world, and he saw three very fearful personalities appear before him. He could see it. It's hard to know nowadays where people in general they don't understand that such personalities can appear if we don't do devotional service. So four very fearsome bodies appeared before Ajamila, and then they were ready to take him, arrest him, and take him to the abode of Yamaraja to see what his punishments are. But out of great fear, he just called out his son, Narayana, and then because of that particular word call out, the associate of the Lord from the spiritual planet just appeared before him, the celestial person. And then they caught the rope of Emirage's servant and then freed him from immediate danger. And then gave him the instructions, and then they disappeared again. Then Ajamila went to Hardwar. In the Hardwar, he put shelter of the Vishnu temple. In the Vishnu temple, after some time, he again saw these celestial people, and he died. There was a celestial plane, and he died in the celestial plane, and he went to the spiritual world. So this we have also here in the Vishnu temple, the Lord's original temple. If we work in this temple and work nicely to expand the Lord's glories, and we'll achieve the same thing just like Ajamila achieved. If we continue to work our way to expand the knowledge to people in general, and also to do the service, if we do this, then we'll achieve the same position as Ajamila did. The Lord associate will appear again, and they will take us to the spiritual planet. Whether we believe or not, that's the reality. That those who serve the temple or those who serve for the cause of the Supreme Lord, and they will be taken to the spiritual planet. Those who don't serve and they just do their regular work, they are not going to go anywhere. They're just going to stay in natural cycle of birth and death. Same way, Ajamila saw the 43 fearsome people. For them, this sort of fearsome people will appear and they will drag them, binding the rope in the neck. They have to go a long way. They don't even get the water to drink after the punishment. After the punishment, you don't stay in hell forever. Many people, especially Christian people, they say, you go to hell for forever. It's not like that. Hell is not for forever. Hell is for some punishment. After the punishment, you come out, you come and take birth again. So that is statement they say, either you go to heaven for forever and you go to hell for forever. It's not true. Hell is not a forever place. Hell is a temporary place where you get some punishment. And heaven, we don't know what they are talking about heaven. Heaven is in this place, and also heaven is God's place. God's place is for eternity. Once you go to the spiritual world, yes, you live there forever. You don't come back anymore. But that has to be Krishna's planet, not Vishnu's planet. Even the Lord Vishnu's planet are not for forever. Only Lord Krishna says, Edgatva nani vartante tadhama paramam mama. One who enters never comes back, that's my abode. Krishna only said that. One who goes never comes back. So that is Krishna's word. And we have to go to Krishna's planet, not even Vishnu's planet. In Bhagavatam and many scriptures they say that if you give Bhagavad Gita to somebody, you go to Vishnu Loka for 10,000 million years. and then after that you come back again. And you give Bhagavatam to somebody, and you go to Lord Vishnu's abode for 30 million years. This is how Lord Vishnu's abode are mentioned, that how they go there and then again come back. There are some scriptures, uh, some Puranas, Vedas, that are mentioned, like if you give Bhagavad Gita to somebody, you go to Vishnu Loka for 30 million years. Or you donate some money in charity in particular auspicious time, you go to Vishnu Loka for this many years. There are mentioned. So uh, even the Vishnu Loka is not completely permanent. You go there after your pious activity is over, you come down to the material world. But as for Lord Krishna's planet, he expressly says, as Gatva Nani Vardhate, one who goes never comes back. So that is Krishna's planet, not Vishnu planet. So that is the difference between Krishna and Vishnu. That Krishna's planet is for eternity. You never ever come back, but Vishnu's planet, you still have to come back. So that's the difference we have seen in two various scriptures. So that's what his instruction is. So after instructing Brahma, the creator of the universe, to expand the prime overload the percentage of Godhead in his personal form, that Narayana disappeared after this instruction. The Lord left his place and he went to his own abode. Hare Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare. Yeah. Yeah, before he started to expand the universe, the Lord appeared. Brahma divides the universe. He is not the creator of the universe. He divides it into various divisions. Creator is the Lord himself, but he divides. It's a lotus that this whole entire universe is within the lotus, which explains how these various planets are all within the lotus explains. They're all one by another. He divides them into various planets, and he's like the engineer. Right, right, right. Yeah, if there is a Swetatit in the lotus also. Material Swetatit, where Lord Vishnu remains.